Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. I'm here to tell you about Boll & Branch sheets. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. They're made from the rarest organic cotton and designed to get even softer over time. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee plus 15% off your first order with code Odyssey. So head to BOLLandbranch.com today. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Listen up. I won't sugarcoat it. This is the longest cold, flu, and allergy season we've ever seen, but we're not alone. We've got Instacart. Sure, you may be a coughing snot faucet who just wants mommy, but you're not giving up. Not when cold medicine, fragrant herbal teas, and honey shaped like bears can be delivered through Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. Now let's go win the sick playoffs.
Daddy, I just want my soup.
Oh, sorry, Sport. App says it'll be here in a few minutes. Instacart for the win.
Welcome to the Powercat Podcast, GoPowercat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowercat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
It's the overtime for the last damn time this summer.
It's so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
I'm sorry, did I get angry? I didn't mean to get angry.
I said what I said and I meant what I meant.
I'm glad to be here.
You got to get it done. Period.
I am Tim Fitzgerald. That's Zach Carlson. That's Cole Carmody. And this is the overtime, our summer fun podcast. And the fun is over. It's over after this. It's work, 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 work. This is going to be the last overtime of the summer.
I don't care.
And as you proceed to listen to this, you'll notice very few fun sound drops. Got to get some Stephen A in, don't I?
This is very, very important.
Yeah, I do. And then we'll just move on to other things. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have fun one more time. This won't be real long. It's Sunday. It's a fun day. And then it's work time.
Mr. Jabba the Hutt, you fat, slovenly, no good, lazy.
We're sponsored by the funnest bars and restaurant in town, Taco Lucha and So Long Saloon. Get into Lucha and Saloon when you come to town. Look, you got to plan it because these places are crowded. You got to wait because it's incredible. And they now have human corrals in which the city of Manhattan grants you the privilege to drink a beer inside a corral. And where else can you do that? Right there in the heart of Aggieville, they are one restaurant with two personalities. They share a kitchen. One is incredible tacos and Mexican-themed food, and the other is burgers and chicken sandwiches and deliciousness, and both bars are great. They got incredible beers on tap. Get into Lucha and Saloon, period, end of story.
I mean, damn, bro.
On with the overtime. Cole Carmody is going to read the questions. I'm going to explain this one more time. You need to remember this until next summer. The overtime makes no sense. There's no reason to do this damn podcast except to entertain ourselves and entertain you. You ask us anything, we might answer anything, but I don't want to bleep out a lot of, you know what? I don't want to even bleep that out. So here we go. Cole, take it away.
Okay, so this first question's from I Like Pickles Cat, and as Zach sent me these questions and I was reading this, I don't know, you guys are having another conversation about business. I started feeling around my head.
Mm-hmm. What about?
He asked, are ears on the face?
Ooh.
No.
No, they're in your
Hold on.
They're on the head.
I'm going to take my headphones off real quick.
No. It's like right behind the face.
I think
where
it
does
depends
the
on
face
how wide they
where does
are.
the face end and where does the head begin?
Ears. I think ears are the point of demarcation between your face and your head.
A sideburn. Where's a sideburn?
That's on your face.
Yeah. I think you're right.
When someone punches you in the ear, do you say they punched you in the face or they punched you in the ear?
I'd say they punched me in the head.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Same thing. But if you get punched in the nose, you say nose or face. You don't say he punched me in the head when you got a black eye. Punch me in the eye. That's part of your face.
Yeah.
I think I just convinced myself with something that may not.
No, but this isn't true, though, because I think it depends on the situation. So in the Royals game the other night, Pete Alonso was going to slide for a ball, and the ball came down and hit him in the face.
Right.
Now, maybe it was the side of the head. It could have got his ear. But because the ball was falling and it came down on him, it hit him in the face.
Right.
You're not going to say it hit him in the head. You say, oh, he hit him in the face, right? Now, if he wasn't wearing a hat and it hit him and you could clearly see it.
Was he wearing a helmet or a hat?
He was wearing a hat.
Oh, he was fielding? Mm-hmm. I think about it this way. A baseball helmet, get rid of the C-flap for the purposes of this demonstration, this visual. But if it hits you in the face, that means it did not hit the plastic. But if it hit the plastic, it hits you in the head. And the ears would be covered. This is a college or lower level of baseball. This is not professional baseball.
Minor leagues wear dual flap.
Do you have to wear two flaps in
until you make it to the major leagues?
In minor league. Why do they still let that? Why do they still wear only one flap?
Because baseball is left in the 1970s.
But I don't.
Everybody should have to wear the dual flaps.
I'm surprised that no players wear. Well, maybe there are players that wear two flaps, but I'm surprised that no one wears two flaps regularly.
Because you're a major leaguer. It's a sign of.
But like, if you've done something your whole life one way, why would you change when you reach the pinnacle of your baseball career? You're like, I can have an exposed ear on the side that doesn't face the pitcher. It's so weird.
Yeah, and they're not comfortable.
The one flap?
Yeah.
It's not comfortable?
No.
Why isn't it comfortable?
Come off all the time.
Yeah, like when guys are running and
So you think that they would stay on better if you had two ear flaps?
100%.
Okay. I agree, but it's weird that you have to do it the entire time, and then you hit the show, and you're allowed to show your ear.
Is it covering their face, or is it covering their head?
It covers their head. It doesn't cover their face.
Exactly.
A catcher wears a face mask.
Okay, so ears are not on the face.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's an ear.
All right.
It's an ear.
We settled it.
On the head.
Another.
Your hair's on your head. It's not. Your beard's on your face. Okay.
All right. From Call Me T22. A hot dog is a taco. Discuss.
Trying too hard. Call me T. Taco needs a tortilla.
Okay. I, in a great moment of irony, considering I didn't know this question was going to be here, bought tortillas the other day and decided to eat hot dogs in the tortilla. Warmed them up. It wasn't the best move. I'm going to go with that. I mean, I like to eat a roll up, like ham and cheese in a tortilla. That's fine with me. The problem with the hot dog was I took a bite and the hot dog shot out the other end. So it really didn't work at all. It's not a taco. You can't do that. A hot dog is a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. It's not a pizza. It's not a chicken. It's not a Cadillac.
It could be a chicken. It could be a chicken.
But hey, I did quit. I'm on a roll here.
Okay.
It's nothing but a hot dog in a bun. Now, I like minimalist buns. I'm talking about hot dogs. I like minimalist buns. I don't like a lot of bread, which is why I thought the tortilla might be a good move. But no, it's its own thing.
So what you're saying is you think that a hot dog is not a sandwich, and in order to prove that, you need minimal bread. If it has too much bread, you're verging a little too close to sandwich territory, is what I think you were trying to say.
No, I don't like a lot of bun with my dog, unless it's a Hawaiian bun because it's all sugared up and tastes delicious.
Okay, I think we're approaching this question from the wrong angle.
No, we always do.
Because
sure,
tacos are not an American, it is not English. Tacos by root are
Texas.
No. Zachary.
You go to Taco Bell and you tell me that's from Mexico, you're a liar.
But real tacos.
They made that in California.
Real tacos came from Mexico.
See?
So Mexican Spanish. Okay, I have this pulled up. So if you just type in tacos in English, the English to Spanish translation is literally tacos. So it is a word that in English we now accept that taco as that object.
All right.
So they mean the same in English and Spanish, okay? But the root of the Spanish word taco comes from light meal. It also comes from wedge or plug. Okay?
Plug? Is that what it does to your bowels?
All I'm saying is light meal. If taco is literally light meal, is that not what a hot dog is?
I don't know, but when you put hot dog in English and try translating it to Spanish, you know what the Spanish word is in what hot dog is in Spanish?
Fuerte.
It's hot dog.
No way.
That's what Google says. It is hot dog.
That's interesting.
Or
it was like a language trade.
Or the literal translation is El Perrito Caliente, which is
you totally
that is a dog.
That is a hot dog.
That is a hot dog. No, a hot dog in Spanish is just hot dog. So your point, invalid, overruled, overturned. Beat it, kid.
I'm just trying to stick up for Call Me T22 here. I don't think he put that much research into it.
No, I think he heard it from some other place and was like, oh, let's have the guys ask that, answer that.
Stay away from my hot dogs. That's all I got to say.
The newlywed must be very bored if he's asking this question.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't get to ask questions anywhere else.
Yeah, that's probably true. Next question comes from Adam K63. Why are we doing all this hot dog stuff? This is ridiculous.
It's the only one.
Is a hot dog not a hot dog until it goes into the bun? Same question with a hamburger. This is a ridiculous question. Okay, I'm going to answer this question first.
Oh, take it.
Hamburger is hamburger meat. So, no, it doesn't have to be a hamburger. You don't have to have a bun for it to be a hamburger. You have hamburger meat on your pizza. There's a hamburger pizza.
No, you were saying hamburger. Adam K63 is saying a hamburger. There's a difference between just, this is hamburger, not a hamburger beef sandwich.
This is ridiculous. And even with a hot dog, I know people who eat a hot dog without a bun. Like, oh, I'm going to have a hot dog, but I'm not going to have the bun. So it's still a hot dog.
I think a hot dog.
Desk. You guys take care of this.
I think a hot dog can still be a hot dog outside of a bun. I think because the form doesn't change.
It's
when
a dog
in a bun.
It's a dog.
But a hamburger is not a hamburger unless it has bread.
What? So what
patty.
is it then?
We're talking about the hamburger patty. We're talking about a hamburger.
The hamburger patty.
Yes. We're not talking about ground beef as hamburger like you were. Like Hamburger Helper, that's not a hamburger.
You never got a hamburger without the bun?
What I'm saying is that's not a burger.
What is it?
Getting a piece of meat.
I'm getting involved in this now. I think calling ground beef hamburger is a misapplication of what it is. It's ground beef. It's not actually hamburger. A hamburger is the sandwich made out of ground beef.
Exactly. A hamburger without a bun is just a ground beef patty.
Right.
What?
But a hot dog is a hot dog.
Yes. Because we don't know what the hell's in it, and we don't want to know.
You don't need a bun to have a hot dog, but you need a bun to have a hamburger. It's like a rectangle is a square, but a square is... I'm backwards.
I'm with you.
I'm backwards.
All right, nobody else wants to hear this anymore.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are out of style.
Oh, what?
Why?
They don't sell hot dogs at Taco Lucha or So Long Saloon, so we can't talk about it.
No, that's true. They do sell it now. One of my favorite bars in Aggieville that's just down the road a little bit, just a half a block away from our sponsors, now does hot dogs. Brilliant. Easy to do. Great filler food. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're drunk and you need a little food. Have a hot dog from behind the bar. I love it.
Is this bar downstairs
It's
somewhere?
a submarine.
Is it related? Is it
downstairs?
Is
It's
it
a submarine.
Uncle something?
Yeah, close. Yeah, it's part of the family. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I love it. I love that place. I love the people who own it and run it and work there. And having hot dogs encourages me to go.
Okay. There we go. From K-Ned, did you pound the Iowa State...
Oh, no. He lost it.
Did you pound the Iowa State wins under before their gambling news broke?
Damn it. I forgot to do it.
I know.
I'm going to be honest, folks. We have known about this for a long time. Everyone in the media has known that Hunter Deckers did something that was going to lead to his probable end of his college career. I did not know he had bet on an Iowa State game. And have you seen the new video?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so guilty.
Don't post it. Don't post the video.
He posted a video?
Someone did.
Someone. He was making a bet in a bar. And, like, it wasn't him just joking. I think it was a legitimate... I think he shook on it as if he intended to pay this bet with this person. And then he goes and tells the chick, don't post this. It's illegal.
He's cooked.
Yeah.
I kind of feel
now I'm gonna
multiple ways about this situation.
I'm going to pose the question here. Does losing Hunter Dekkers mean they're not going to win as much? I think it might mean they're going to win more because I think he sucks.
Addition by subtraction.
I think this is like the West Virginia quarterback situation last year. This guy should be good, but he's not. He doesn't play well. He turns the ball over. I mean, as I posted on a message board yesterday, Hunter Dekkers has more turnovers than a stone fat man at McDonald's. I mean, this guy turns the ball over at incredible rates. And I think even with the backup quarterback, maybe make them a little more conservative, they're going to be better.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't have someone better than Hunter Dekkers, the Matt Campbell thing has been a lie from the start.
So you're telling me that actually the value is on the over right now?
I would think so. Well, it's a good point. Now let's see what happens to the win total. Does it drop? I would maybe consider the over at that point. Because I think Matt Campbell's a decent coach, but I think he's been too loyal to a bad quarterback.
Okay, let's just talk about this because people have been defending Hunter Dekkers. Not most people. Some people have.
Where?
No defense.
There is no defense. You broke the rules at your job, so you got fired.
Right.
The end of story. And for people that say, "Oh, it was only a $10 bet," and I understand there's no defense for. Haven't seen anybody backing up him betting on the football games. But everything else, some people have been like, "Oh, he's just a college kid," and blah 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 blah. I'm like, but the rules are you're not allowed to do that.
And he wasn't not only doing it, he was evading detection.
Right.
By betting on someone else's account.
So he was breaking the law too.
Right. For me, this argument's the same as Your Honor. She looked 18. I mean, it doesn't work. You knew you can't do this.
He got Chris Hansen.
But I'm more... I don't know about that, but I'm more surprised that there isn't some sort of coalition, some business company, oversight committee, whatever. Make an app. You put your Social Security into it. It blocks all the, it creates accounts or reports your Social Security number to these sports books and your family sports books. It tracks your IP and it just blocks you out. So you don't even have any risk of doing it. I'm surprised that there isn't just because it's so easy to know. Like K-State or whoever else could send a list of every Social Security number or name to these sports books and say, tell us if we have any of these, these people are not allowed to bet, on games. Tell us who's. I mean, I don't know how that's essentially how they found out all the Iowa stuff.
This investigation came from the Attorney General's office of Iowa. So this was a statewide. Iowa athletes are in it, not just Iowa State. In fact, I think there's talk about a Iowa football player also bet on a game.
Have you seen the Dave Chappelle show where he has the classic "gotcha"? And then that's exactly what this feels like.
I know it's idiotic. You can't do it. And everyone in the athletic department, whether a student athlete or a member of the administration, knows you cannot bet on sports, and certainly not college sports, and never, ever, ever your institution. Again, Your Honor, she looked 18. Well, it doesn't matter. You still can't ever do it. It's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Be gone. They should just say, you know what, Hunter? You've admitted now on film that you were doing something illegal. You're just gone off the team. Let's be done with it and just move on.
Pete Rose is behind.
Pete Rose has a better argument than
he does. He really does.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
The humans will be back with more of the Overtime Podcast.
Picture this nightmare scenario. You're hosting friends for the big game. It's neck and neck in the fourth quarter, and suddenly you realize you're out of drinks. You start to sweat. Your friends start to turn on you. You're forced to go on a last-second drink run and end up missing the game-winning touchdown while in line. Terrifying, isn't it? Luckily, you can avoid the drama with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. With Drizzly, you can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits, then get them delivered right to your watch party. Compare prices across multiple stores in your area, find the best deals on game day drinks, and get back to armchair quarterbacking from, you guessed it, your armchair. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Welcome back to the overtime. Speak humans.
From KNED once again, should a truck stop chain capitalize on the narrative and become the official truck stop of the Big 12? And if so, which one?
Loves.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a question.
Yeah, you lose OU, but still Oklahoma State down in Oklahoma.
What other truck stops are there that we regularly stop at?
Buc-ee's. It's not a truck stop, though.
It's not at all.
They ban trucks.
They ban trucks. I think Love's makes a lot of sense. They're in Kansas now. I think they're up in Iowa now, aren't they?
I think Love's is everywhere.
Yeah,
They're
Love's is expanding like crazy. They're taking over the interstate here. It's amazing. The Turnpike. Oh, wow. Let's do Love's. I love Love's, by the way. You guys know that.
I mean, damn, bro.
I like them because their bathrooms are huge and they're normally clean.
Yeah, no, I think it's a well-run chain. I love it. Love Love's.
I'd rather have Quick Trip.
Truck stop.
But there are some Quick Trips that do have trucks because the Buc-ee's in Texas, over by the Texas Motor Speedway, the Quick Trip on the other side of the interstate has trucks. They let you bring your truck in.
Let me ask you a question. If you're Buc-ee's, why don't you buy naming rights for the Frisco Bowl? Wouldn't be very much. But you'd get a Buc-ee's Bowl every year out there.
That'd be fun.
I think it'd be smart. It's not a major bowl.
You get to dump beaver nuggets on whoever wins.
But please, I don't want to bleep that out.
I'm kind of pissed.
That is an actual product, Fitz. Yeah. That would work.
This is how my brain works. This took me from this point all the way over here. The greatest thing about the Pac-12 collapsing, the most amazing thing about it is the Las Vegas Bowl is going to be ours.
The world is just beautiful.
Boys, we're going to own the Las Vegas Bowl. The Big 12 is going to have a slot in the Las Vegas.
All right, K-State, go 6-6. That way we can send Fitz out there.
Yes. No. It's not a Big 12 bowl. It is a BYU bowl.
Oh, my God.
They'd have the automatic qualifier every year.
It's the craziest thing. The people that you would think would be least equipped to enjoy Las Vegas love Las Vegas.
I'm not going to say what I'm going to say next.
No, please don't.
Yep. Next question comes from Big Sam. Oh, this is a good question. What is the best show on each of the streaming services you subscribe to? Paramount, Netflix, Apple, etc. This is not what you're watching now. This is the best show. Let's just start with Netflix.
Wait, I feel like it's just the one whichever one you're watching of any of them.
I don't even know about Netflix.
Can I say Narcos?
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer. Narcos.
That's the best show I've watched on Netflix.
No, that's 100% it.
Right now, I'm watching I Think You Should Leave. I'm not going to say it's the best show.
Dude, we're in the middle of a podcast.
It's funny.
I saw a tweet that was like, if you think Tim Robinson's funny, you're a psychopath. Are you a psychopath?
I think some of the sketches on that show are hard to watch. They are definitely hard to watch and power through, but the episodes are so short that you can deal with a bad sketch in each.
What about
show.
From a drama show?
I don't know. I don't watch enough TV. Fitz watches everything.
Is Narcos the best show on Netflix?
I think it is. It really is. It's amazing. If you haven't watched Narcos, go back and watch it from the very first season. It's incredible.
It's timeless too. It's timeless.
It's history. I mean, it's based on reality. I'm watching Vikings Valhalla right now, and it's not nearly as good as the original Vikings series. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we agree on that.
What about Last Chance U?
I was never a huge fan.
You weren't?
It was entertaining.
I haven't even gotten through season 2 yet, all the way. Yeah. Still.
I was a fan of that show. And maybe that was because it was my era and it related to the kids. And
Jason Brown spoiled me. I just didn't like him at all.
The last season was a turd.
Paramount Plus, I'm going to go with 1883. And that was incredible. As a one season, I mean, it's like a novel. It's got a beginning, middle, and end.
I mean, I really enjoyed The Offer as well.
Yeah, The Offer was incredible.
Mm-hmm. If you like Miles Teller, that's... But yeah, I think...
If you're into The Godfather, the making of The Godfather, it's incredible.
On Paramount Plus, the best thing they put on that service is the pre- and post-game show for the UEFA Champions League with Thierry Henry, can't think of his name off the top of my head. Micah Richards and Jamie Carragher.
Why do we get along?
Those names mean absolutely nothing.
Kate Abdo. No. It is inside the NBA, but soccer and British and French accents.
Probably good.
But it the banter is probably better than the inside the NBA. The inside the NBA guys. I'm not kidding.
I believe that.
It is hilarious.
Those people in soccer, they don't.
Hulu's got to be Letterkenny, doesn't it?
Probably.
There's so many shows on Hulu because it's based off of TV. So like for me, whenever I watch Hulu, I watch like FX shows.
Yeah, I'm not a big Hulu fan. I don't like their interface. I don't like their program.
What about 1923 going back to Paramount? Is that better than 1883 or no?
Equitable, but 1883 was so good because I can't remember the actress's name that does the narration.
Yeah, she's
so
amazing.
powerful.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Apple?
I mean, look, I think the best program is Paramount Plus, but I'm a sci-fi nerd, so I get my Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I've just finished up the second season of a show called Joe Pickett that I love. I mean, I think their programming is amazing, but The Offer was outstanding television. And that takes me to Apple. And I just finished up Hijack, which I thought was really good.
Is that with Idris Elba?
Yeah.
My dad was watching that, and I've been meaning to watch it.
It just wrapped up. It's now all up. It's 7 episodes, I think. But I think the best thing I've seen on Apple was Blackbird, which again was a one-off, one season.
Ray Liotta?
Yeah, he is. That was his last thing. He was in that. But it's based on a true story of a guy arrested who was, a fairly normal guy, but he was put in, serious prison time. And they offer him a chance to go to a Supermax to help break open a case and kind of be he goes undercover, basically. It's amazing. The acting in that show.
What about
incredible?
Ted Lasso?
I love Ted Lasso. I'd still go with Blackbird. I think it was so underappreciated. If you have Apple Plus and you have not watched Blackbird, you need to go do it. It's based on a true story. It's incredible. The acting is just out of this world.
Let's do one more. Do you have you don't have HBO Max?
I don't. We're going to get it. It's one of those things that we got to figure out what we want to cut a service, but right now we don't know what service. I mean, Hulu's basically free with your Disney and your ESPN Plus, so you end up with that. My wife's got to have Stars for her Outlander, which is actually pretty good.
I just started watching Winning Time.
What's that?
Winning Time is a dramatization, and it's funny. It's directed by Adam McKay, who always works with Will Ferrell. Okay. John C. Reilly plays Dr. Jerry Buss. And
it's the Lakers show.
Yes, it's the show about the Lakers.
I need to watch that.
I watched the first episode, and I'm definitely going to get into it because it looks awesome. So that's a show on there.
Is it real? It's based on true stories?
Yeah, it's based on the Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone plays Magic, someone plays...
And they do not portray Jerry West very kindly in that show.
No, he's apparently a total dick.
Yeah. So that is a show that I am looking forward to watch that I think I'll really enjoy on HBO. Obviously, The Sopranos is on there. I need to watch that. I have never watched The Sopranos, surprisingly. Everything HBO, I think I'm really going to start to get into.
Let me ask you, this is my own overtime question. Would you guys support changing the NBA logo from Jerry West, because that's him, to Kobe?
Yes.
I mean, you can't really do MJ. His mark is...
Right.
Who's done more for the NBA, Kobe Bryant or Jerry West? I would argue that Kobe Bryant has had more of an impact on athletes around the globe and people around the globe.
I think it would be a more contemporary mark.
It's a symbol that I think it's a logo. Yes, it's him, but you don't actually if you don't know that it's him, you don't know it's him, is what I mean.
Oh, but everyone does.
But shouldn't you know that it's
But you
Kobe?
look at it, you don't look at it, and you're just like, wow, that's Jerry West.
Plus,
you're just like, that's the NBA logo.
I think we can agree that if they want to do a modern NBA symbol, the guy should be carrying the ball. He shouldn't be dribbling it legally. He should be carrying the ball.
Very good.
Okay.
Good question, Big Sam. Are you ready for the last overtime question
of the year?
Yeah,
I am, actually. Let's do it.
What would be your perfect game day Saturday from Ohio Powercat?
To have K-State play at Oklahoma State on Friday night.
Yeah. So
okay, let's put this out here.
Yeah.
Our experiences are completely different than your experiences.
I personally think that they are so much better doing what we do than doing what everybody else does. Can I be honest and say that? Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, like how we spend a Saturday?
Like
we spend way more time at the stadium than they do.
The 3 o'clock kicks are absolutely glorious because, listen, hear me out. The fact that we're able to wake up, I watch College Game Day, go to the stadium, get there however early I want, watch football on the screen, get food catered to you, go down on the field, do whatever you want to do pregame, watch the game, work during the game, after the game, do all that stuff. By the time we're done from the locker room and back up in the press box, the other games are in the second half. And by the time we get done with our games, you're ready for the primetime games, maybe in the second half of the primetime games, and you get to see all the good endings. So while we're working, my timeline is correct, Zach. You just don't realize it.
You just said once you're done working, you can watch the primetime games.
In the second half. All the good endings, you get to see all the good endings of the primetime games. So you get to see all the good games throughout the day. I mean, if you were just a fan, you'd be watching K-State anyway, right? So it doesn't matter.
The second game of the day is the worst if you want to watch football because you wake up, you show up at the stadium, so you were on the clock, you were working. Yes, football is on, but you're not sitting there watching it. You're waiting for K-State to start.
Sure.
Then you have that game for 3 hours. Then you go to post game, and you don't really realize it, but while you're in post game, you're there for long enough that a whole half of football has been played. You get back upstairs, you finish your work, you're leaving that stadium, at least me, I'm leaving that stadium probably 2.5 hours after kickoff of those first games. I'm going getting some food. You get home and maybe
perfect time to go out.
Maybe Pac-12 After Dark is starting if there's a game that week.
Okay, here's my
You miss every football game.
I'm not just going to give you my perfect game day Saturday. I'm going to give you a game on the schedule. We drive all the way to Amarillo, and we get there enough to get some sleep for the 11 a.m. kickoff in Lubbock. Okay? So we wake up, how far is the drive?
Like 2 hours.
2 hours? So we
wake up at 7.
We get on the road at 7 a.m. so we can get down there. We like to be there 2 hours before to get all set up and all through security and all that. Cover the game. And we start driving after we do our coverage. We start driving. We get the hell out of there. We go to somewhere else, farther than Amarillo.
Not last time.
Well, last time we had a night game, the evening game. We were driving back in the dark, and then we ended up at the world's worst Whataburger. It was horrible.
No, it was dark because it was late October, and
you might be right. But it wasn't a morning game.
It was 11 a.m.
Was it really?
Because we woke up at 6 or whatever, drove down. We had to find a Walgreens. The pharmacy wasn't open inside, so I had to deal with different allergy medicine than I usually take.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Then the game ends at 2, and then we're probably out of there 4:30, 5, and then it's 2 hours up to Amarillo by the time we ate, and it was 7 o'clock and it's dark.
Folks, you can add Orlando and Cincinnati and Provo and Houston, and it won't be as bad as our Lubbock trip because even if you fly, it takes forever because you got to fly to Dallas and then wait on your flight and go across. Like you fly farther from Dallas to Lubbock than Manhattan to Dallas.
It's not true.
Well, whatever. I'm telling a story here. I don't need to be accurate. But, the new cities pretty much, Cincinnati might be different, but you can get a direct flight.
Yes.
I would think someone would be flying to Cincinnati out of Kansas City.
Delta still, probably.
Delta does?
Yeah.
11 a.m. kickoffs, by the way, are also very good.
Oh.
No, the best is you wake up at 7.
Yeah.
Get to the stadium, long before, I try getting to the stadium before the stadium gates open, wherever we are.
The breakfast food.
Get there more than 2 hours. The best, though, from a food standpoint, breakfast is always the worst. Never very good, unless it's like a chicken biscuit, which is pretty rare. But
chicken biscuit
can be a chicken biscuit.
Biscuit?
What's the best though is Oklahoma State's barbecue. Now
so
that's
okay. We're talking about barbecue that's not in Kansas City. I think it's time to wrap it up.
But having a good media meal that isn't breakfast burritos, but an 11 a.m. kick. that is my request. Anyway, then game ends before 2:00. It's a short, quick game. Media, very short.
Yep.
You know, a win, but a very dominant win to where you're just like, there's not a lot to say.
Yep. I'm with you.
And then done. Hopefully by 4:00, 4:30, walking out of the stadium, go get some food, and then watch the night game. You got to watch the whole night slate.
This is a great question, Don, because it literally transitions us into football. My home field advantage is this. Zach likes to get there early, really early. And he's got a lot of equipment set up. He's got to be here and there. He's got to, and plus he's important. I sometimes will get a text from one of my staff members 30 minutes before kick. Are you coming? Because I'm still watching football in my living room because I live a half mile from the stadium. And the way they park us now, you don't go in the main parking lot. You go in the baseball, and it's wonderful. I no longer have to steal someone's truck, to steal someone's parking spot, to piss off people because I'm mad at them.
Damn you, Fritz.
Yeah.
But they could be in your there was somebody in your spot once, right?
Oh,
Fritz.
Man. Yeah, when they weren't protecting the spots.
I want to be there as early as possible because I have the same spot every time, and I want to make sure that nobody's there.
I've beaten you before, Zach.
It solved it last year when they started. They took out Cat Town.
You never parked in the same. You don't park in the same lot as.
Yeah.
No, but I get there.
It's nice.
I mean,
really
now they've taken out Cat Town, it's gotten rid of the problem. Because what would happen is someone would.
There's a volleyball arena there now.
I know. Someone would show up, set up in Cat Town and just park at one of those spots.
Yeah.
But they were assigned spots. But yeah, okay, that's it for the podcast. That's it.
See you in May.
Well, you'll still see us. You just won't see this podcast. Because I put no effort into it. I might have put one thing in the front of this podcast. One funny little Stephen A.
That is blasphemous.
Thank you for listening to the Powercat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Powercat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowercat.com.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Ready to ride? I thought you'd never ask.
It's the untold story of the greatest American lawman.
I'm warning you, your wicked days are done.
Lawman, Bass Reeves' new original series, now streaming exclusively on Paramount+.